Previously on Goodfellas of Baltimore.
And if you're not on board with that, if those people we're trying to help aren't important to you, if it's about you first, then you're not in my group, you're not in my circle, you're not on my team, because we're about the people we're trying to help.
And right now there is no principle or vision for Baltimore. They're just ideas and events.
We got to really try to go through and get this place as sealed as possible before we regularly run this heat and cause them a lot of money.
But nothing is going to be easy. I mean, we never said that it was going to be easy.
So I think you ought to do the whole Charlton Heston thing with me. Just kind of do it, like a duet.
I think I need to get you a hospital.
There's a whole nother generation of young Baltimoreans who have a heart for the city, have compassion for the city, and really want to see a change.
In our busy lives, we're all busy doing things, and we assume that things are being done because no matter where I went, it was either in this country or not, it's the parents' responsibility. Okay. Well, a lot of times the parents have not had that. The issue of early parenting is still out there. Okay. But then there's the ABCs attached to it, which means adolescence brings curiosity and challenges. And that's what parents have to do. Because see, sometimes communities have to know. Sometimes there's some communities, things are on automatic pilot, everything is fine. Okay. But in some other communities where there's libraries or recreation centers are not there, excuse me, businesses are not there, there's nothing to do. There's nothing to do. So we have to go back and take a look at the communities, find out what do they need, and involve everybody.
So just time and commitment, definitely.
Time and commitment. It's going to be money,
right.
But then there are other people who say, I really would like to, I'd like to donate something, but I don't want to just keep writing a check. I want to see more activities in neighborhoods. We need to be able to involve the children. Sometimes it's just not enough to do, but they need, safe places are fine, but places where they can learn. Okay. So people will be able to see, Baltimore has a lot of wonderful things, but sometimes it's the impression that people have when they hear.
So we got two coming in, and Karen. Let's talk about that and what we're going to be doing with them.
I want to have a strong emphasis on what we're going to do for those kids. I think that's really important. And with Chu being such an involved mentor in the community, I think he could probably give us a lot of pointers on what direction we could go with the kids. I really want to have a strong focus on the kids.
Okay.
Oh, here they are. How are you?
Right.
Good. Good to see you.
How you feeling, man? All right. All right. Yeah.
How y'all doing, man? All right?
Well, yeah, we're working hard, doing good. Just want to find out what we're going to be doing together to help the Chunquet family, and also how we're going to impact some other folks through your programs in general. Right. It's such a difficult situation with the Chunquet family, so What are your thoughts? Vince is project manager.
I mean, if you wouldn't mind, just give me a little background, a little more background on the family.
The mother got killed about 8 years ago, Damon's mother. And, you know, it was real sad at the time, it was about 8 years ago. And he's had to raise little Damon by himself. I've been kind of like a big brother to him, just encouraging him and, you know, having him around me with some positive things. He's facing this battle about walking again, because they're saying that he's going to be paralyzed for the rest of his life. And he's had to raise little Damon by himself. His son, just a phenomenal kid, man. I mean, had him since he was 5, just training him, you know, game of basketball. And just one thing about the kid, has a tremendous heart and passion for the game. Was just a good kid, you know, a lovable kid, tremendous character. And it's amazing to me for that kid to be that way, going through the hardships that he's gone through.
And he's starting a battle. This is a battle. This is not easy stuff. In fact, this scares me. You know, it really does, because I want to do as much as we possibly can for them, but I don't want to put things out there that we can't live up to. You know, and this is not a 1 week and it's done and the bus leaves and everybody's happy and cheering. This is a long haul. This really is.
Well, the foundation started back in 2005 after I retired from playing with the Harlem Globetrotters and playing professional basketball, and just wanted to do something to empower young people in Baltimore, because they don't have a lot of outlets and avenues to be successful in the community. It's been a 5-year journey, you know, AJ. I mean, just like you're doing, helping children, helping people. You know, just love our children, man. You know, I just know that the avenue that we have to take, we got to be examples for them. And our kids are just, they're clueless, because they don't have any examples and they don't have a vehicle or tool to direct them in a path where they can have options and opportunity.
So you with the Globetrotters, that has taken you all over the world, and then you come back to Baltimore, and you're showing these kids here in Baltimore that they have an opportunity to do that same thing. Maybe not play for the Globetrotters, but be world-class in something, right?
You know, the Globetrotters just showed me a big spectrum of mindsets across the globe, where you have to be open to other people's lifestyle.
Right.
And when you become open to that, you're able to facilitate in your program what it is that's needed to elevate people. You know, and you have to be open. So traveling 26 countries, being able to meet all different kind of influential people, that has helped put me in a position to be able to give back to kids, to say, listen, I know you're in this situation in Baltimore. I know it's rough, I know it's tough. I lived it. You know, the other things though, in kid, you know, one of the things, you know, everybody had their step. So it'd be like 10 of us on this step, 15 on that step, and everybody down here had a step.
So key on the family piece, all the families emulated each other. You had all your aunts and uncles staying together, and the same go for the whole block. It wasn't just mom, dad, and children. It was aunts and uncles stayed there, cousins stayed there. Everyone stockpiled in one house, and it was just a big family affair.
Things change, times change. I appreciate the parents and aunts and uncles that raised us up, man, back then. It's just structure. Now it's just like, no one wants to raise the children.
Yeah.
Just sit them in a house, put them in front of the computer, put them in front of the TV. They're raising themselves.
We just had fun, man. You know, and y'all know in y'all neighborhood the same stuff, man. Just enjoying family and just loving each other, man. And I just love this, man, because this is where we're from, and we just gonna make this community and city better from it. And we created events. We made stuff up. You know, we gotta get our young people to do that again. You know, our folk allowed us to dream. We all thought we was living in Hollywood in the Hamptons, you know?
Absolutely.
So it was just a fun thing. You know, you have to sow the seed. You know, the biggest thing is, you know, a lot of people do things for the money, but for me, I do it because I love people. And I understand when you sow the seed, it creates an opportunity and a platform for people to trust. And once you do that, people come out and they want to be a part of because they want to be a part of something good. So what we're trying to do with the True Smith Youth Empowerment is try to create that opportunity for people so they can have a platform and options to be successful. So we want to give them resources, educational component, life skills component.
So you're teaching them a lot more than basketball.
Yeah,
life skills.
Yeah, basketball is just it's like anything. You got to have something to draw the kids.
Right.
So kids love basketball. So because I played basketball at a high level, automatically they're gonna give me some form of respect to at least halfway listen to what I'm saying.
Opens the door.
It opens the door all day long, buddy. You can't help people if you don't know what people are going through. So when you deal in the grassroots level, you know what people are going through because you're going through that. And we have a young kid by the name of Damien Chung-Kui, he's a 3.6 student, and the kid is the #1 point guard in the country. And when you see that kind of thing, that we can still grab our children even going through that kind of adversity, and that internal fortitude that he has to keep moving, that's what life is all about. And I'm just grateful and indebted to you all for allowing us to witness that and put that in people's consciousness.
With Drew, like sometimes during the summer, I'll go with him somewhere to work out, or we just talk or do something. But lots of times when I go with him, we go work out, and then afterwards probably go get something to eat. He tells me a lot of stuff about what I should do and what I shouldn't, and how I should work hard.
I'm very proud of him, it's like, he does a lot of things at his age that I didn't learn to do till, I was like 18, 20. If it wasn't for my son, I probably would be in jail or dead right now. Recently, I was just shot on September 29th, and, this wheelchair thing is, this year. So, I've been home from the hospital maybe 3-4 weeks now. So this wheelchair thing is a new thing for me. My brother's really, in my corner helping, me adjust. I was around the neighborhood I grew up in. I was walking up the street with a couple guys I knew. I just heard some shots. Next thing I knew, I was on the ground. I never saw what happened, never knew what happened. The doctors give me a 3% chance of walking again, but that's stats. I don't base myself upon stats because I feel like, some of the things I've accomplished that other people haven't accomplished physically and mentally. So, I'm leaving that in the Lord's hands. Times get hard, but for the most part, the sun sets and rises with him for me, It's like, it's been hard, but it's been fun. And I'm just proud of him because, you can take a kid who's who he is and you don't have to change him. You can just add to the special gift that he has. And I'm just grateful to, be able to have a Damon, in my life because he tells me that I can be a kid again, and understand that, when you investing in someone, and they're really taking it to the next level, that investment was good. Because everybody doesn't get it. You have hundreds and hundreds of kids that try to play this game throughout every city. And some get scholarships, some don't. Some do it for fun. Some do it because the guy next door is getting a lot of attention. But you gotta do it for you. And you gotta allow the game to help you in a way where you can give back. And that's what Damon does, I asked him the other day, I said, pick the 2 trophies out of all these trophies, which ones mean the most to you? And he said, this one right here, which is a 2009 Maryland Invitational, 10 under runner-up MVP. And I'm like, why would you pick that one? You know, and his position was, even though we were runner-up, I gave it my all and they still acknowledged me as a most valuable player in my loss. That's a lesson that we've been trying to preach to the kids all along, that the trophy is you, you know. And when I asked him, he picked this one. And it says City of Baltimore Recreation and Parks, Project Reach One, Teach One, 2009 Easter Showcase Basketball Tournament, all academic team. So that means he covering both spectrums, the academic component, the basketball component, and he's a quality kid. So that's the model that we want the next generation to come up under.
Because I say you lend a certain credibility to this thing that is going to be a spark for this whole town. It's going to get the leaders of this town who've been sitting on the sidelines to actually get on the playing field of Baltimore, roll up their sleeves and do something. I was like, that's the problem with Baltimore. You have leaders who are not leading. That's the problem with Baltimore.
Yes, sir. Well, I know you have, like, loosely these scheduled episodes. Like, this is what you want from episode 1, 2, 3. But see, the thing is what I'm thinking about is with the Kiosi family, you ultimately are at the mercy of the builders and how fast they can do. Worst case scenario, that goes on for a while longer. That's going to throw a kink into it.
We see them at various stages of their development because it won't always be like Shazam, and we've fixed them in 22 minutes. So we may have to come back, and what we're trying to do stylistically is tie the episodes together so you see one element, even if it's forecasting, in the previous one, even though you don't know who that person is.
And I only have one comment about it.
Okay, please do.
No, remember, I just said it was too long.
Right.
That was the
exactly.
only thing.
And I told you that we were already trying to.
And I thought we should bring in more of the good fellas. We need
to
see their faces.
No, it needs to be.
There may be other times when we're working on an episode like at Hugh Smith, for example, second episode, and maybe that gets shifted because things happen in a different manner than we think.
And we moved Catherine's Closet to episode 2 instead.
Yeah, that very well
okay.
happen.
Okay.
Yep. Think it's a good idea?
I think it's a great idea.
Okay.
So, gentlemen, that's a wrap. Thank you all very much. It's been a great, always great,
The biggest thing is, Troy and I are from Baltimore, and we just wanted to sow the seed back into the community. Troy specializes in all kind of skill work training to build not just the skill level, but the mind, body, and soul of a ball player. So we just kind of collaborated, came together from our childhood roots, and just want to give back to the kids so we can bring the best student athlete possible as they go into society as adults.
It gives them something that they can believe in, something they've worked hard towards, something they've committed to for a long period of time. If they commit to it, they believe in it, they apply it, it takes them to a whole nother level. Just, if anything, if they can increase their self-esteem by just training consistently on a regular basis, it just adds to their life skills, so to speak. So it's things that they can apply from not only sports performance on the court, off the court, on the field, off the field, but in the classroom, in life, in their families. Anything that applies to just trying to just persevere and work hard. Just training actually just builds on it.
And the community was more involved and entrenched in it. Now it's more so like an individual thing. And it's pros and cons to it, but in my experience, I think that it's about having somebody that you can see, and then you can mimic them as they come down, and then you can say, wow, that's Troy Jones. I want to be like him because I seen him 6 years on the playground playing, so I learned how to compete. I learned how to work hard. I think now stuff is like a given to them. They look at it like, well, I'm coming here to train, and my parents spend the money to train, and it's whatever. And I think Troy probably has a different outlook on it, but that's been my experience. What we're doing today is monumental, and I just can't wait to see it just blossom into something great. And I'm just proud to be with Troy, and proud that we have done this over the last several years. And the fruits of our labor, just seeing young people develop and do well. And that's all I ever ask, is just, kid, do well. I don't want nothing, I just want you to do well. And that's how Troy is. We don't want nothing. Our success is in your greatness. And that's where we are. And see, when I deal with the kid, I don't really care what the parent think or not. Like, if a kid is disrespectful, I'm checking your kid. It's just that simple. And then I'm gonna tell you why I checked your kid. Because we have to understand that it's a reflection of all of us, just society in general, not just a family. All of us are together and we are one. We tend to think that it's about us, but it's about the total picture. So if you disrespect yourself and disrespect others outside of here, and you are part of here, and you disrespect, it's just disrespect across the board. So I think that what we're trying to do is kind of build, we have this facility, we got other facilities that we're trying to build and put together so we can have a training ground. So if the school system fails them, we'll have the makeup to build up where they can still continue to be successful. The biggest thing that we have to kind of pay attention to is that it takes a village to raise children. And when you have everybody in power, all these kids are ours. You know, all of them.
You know, it's amazing that we're in the middle of all of this history.
Right.
Frederick Douglass and others.
Why it's important is, you know, that what you're creating is bigger than just a television show. And, you know, Baltimore is more meaningful than just a tourist spot in the middle of, you know, America. I mean, it's got this incredible history. Maryland has this incredible history.
I don't know what it is, but it seems like every time I come here, I get moved.
Well, it's meaningful, man. It's a lot. You know, what we're trying to do couldn't be more important right now, and also catching other people who are doing really important things. Also, I think it's a small contribution, especially in the face of people who are at the front line really doing stuff. This is the reason why, and when we need to draw down on the power in the middle of the night when it gets, you know, how dicey it's getting for us trying to get this thing done.
Right.
I just want to kind of remember what these folks went through and what it took to get us here, because we're standing on the shoulders of all of this.
One of the things Frederick Douglass said was it's easier to build strong children than it is to repair broken men. And I think the focus has been too much on trying to repair broken men and not enough on building strong children.
That's brilliant. Can you share that with the good fellows when we see them next?
Absolutely.
Because that's what we're doing.
Maybe we need to bring them here.
We'll do it. Let's do it.
Seems like